Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my dear fellow Toastmaster and dear guests. I warmly welcome you all to the meeting number 44 of Chalk and Duster Toastmaster Club. This is Toastmaster Imran, being the Sergeant at Arms. It's my pleasure to be the first speaker of today's club meeting. Let me reiterate that the mission of our Toastmaster International Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skill, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we begin the meeting, 3 ground rules we have to follow. Number 1, as a Toastmaster, we don't talk about sex, religion, and politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Number 2, please put yourself on mute while you are not talking. If your turn will come, please unmute yourself and start talking. And number 3, please turn off your video camera if you are stepping out of the room. So with a big round of applause, let us welcome the presiding officer of the day, Toastmaster Raj Bharat. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Imran, for opening this meeting with a grand one. Greetings, everyone. I'm Raj Bharat, your presiding officer for today. Welcome you all in this meeting number 44 of Chalk and Duster Toastmasters Club. In Toastmasters, we do speeches and we add a lot of humor in a speech. It brings higher quality, it engages the audience. Keeping in the mind that club will have humorous speech contest after 2 or 3 months, we have planned humorous speech session today as a master class, which you will get to know in detail after some time. So before moving ahead, let's have some introduction who are joining very first time as a guest. So anyone who would like to introduce? I can see Janardhan.
Hi, good evening all.
Good evening.
My name is Janardhanan. I am from North Chennai Toastmasters Club. And this is the first time I'm attending this meeting in this club. I got the link from my president of our club. I'm glad to be part of this meeting today. Thank you.
Great, awesome. Thank you so much, Janardhan, for joining. I'm sure you will enjoy this meeting. Thank you. Anyone else who would like to introduce yourself? Manoj, Muhammad? Yeah, Manoj. Your voice is breaking, Manoj, actually. Manoj, your voice is breaking, so you can re-attempt. Okay, we move forward, Manoj. You can recheck your connection once. Okay. And Muhammad, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible. Would you like to come on camera?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Hi, Muhammad. Yeah.
Hello, sir. I have introduced myself before all of you. I got the link for the first time for this club, Toastmaster, from our public speaking coach, and I don't know what is going on here. So I may be learning from all of you. So I don't know what to say, and this is my first session with you all, and I will enjoy. Uh,
Sure.
uh, my name is Muhammad Ashfaq. I am from Peshawar, Pakistan, and a computer science graduate, and working as the assistant in government department here in Peshawar. Thank you very much for this session.
Great. Thank you so much, Muhammad Asfaq, for becoming part of this meeting. We welcome you in this meeting. Hope you will learn a lot during the different segment in this meeting. Asfaq.
Thank you, sir.
Great. Thank you. Okay, I can see Fardeen. Hi, Fardeen.
Yeah, hi.
Hi. Would you like to introduce yourself? Would you like to come on camera?
Yeah, actually, the setting is quite not right for that. So I'll not come on camera, but then I'll introduce myself. This is Toastmaster Fardeen Ahmed Khan from Infosys Toastmaster Mysore, and I'm the VPE of that club. I was just cruising around that Global Toastmasters group, and I saw this meeting link, and I was like, why not? Let's join it. So it's my first time in this club.
Great. Thank you so much, Fardeen, for joining, and welcome to this meeting. And I'm sure you will love this meeting. I'm sure.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Fardeen. Thank you. So we move ahead, and let me introduce Master of Ceremony for today's. But I think she has dropped because of technical issues. So meanwhile, as she joins back, let's have a introduction from some more members. So let me ask Gopal, he's new member of our club, to introduce a few words for every one of us. Hi, Gopal.
I am from Surat, Gujarat, and I am always keen learning something new. So public speaking is one such thing where what I think it opens a lot of new opportunities if one is good public speaker. So that one thing brought me here to this club, and apart from that, last meeting I enjoyed a lot, and I think I will learn so many new things here apart from public speaking.
Sure, Gopal. Thank you so much for sharing your experience of a past meeting. So now we have our Master of Ceremony. Let me introduce her. Our Master of Ceremony for today's meeting is Toastmaster Lucky Taptua. She is president of the club. She is an author. She is a coach. She is founder and CEO of playmytrainings.com. And so let's welcome her with huge round of applause to take this meeting forward as Master of Ceremony and host. Welcome to Toastmasters Lucky, and stage is all yours.
Thank you, Raj. My apologies, I suddenly got disconnected somehow, I don't know. A very warm welcome to all of you. Namaste and good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you from various parts of country and world. So again, a very warm welcome to all of you from this Chalk and Duster Toastmasters Club. Yes, so this is again a euphoric evening for all of us. We'll be having a wonderful masterclass today, for which we all are waiting eagerly for days. So this is the 44th meeting of this club, and let me share with you, first of all, before we get to the proceedings of this club, let me share with you the four values of Toastmasters, which is something that gives me a lot of energy to come to this club and to talk and to get engaged. The values of our club is, the first one is integrity, second is respect, third is service, and fourth is excellence. So these are some of the wonderful things that we learn by participating, by being engaged with this club. I have learned a lot about service, about excellence, about respect, integrity. By looking at our seniors,
Looks like Madam President again dropped off due to some connection issues. Presiding officer, would you like to take it forward?
You have the share access. So
All right, so I'll take the stage from here. So I'm a grammarian from today. So some of you are new. Let me tell you what a grammarian does. But before that, you may have the best of the thing to say, but say it in the wrong grammar and all its meaning will be lost, right? So today, I'm here to correct all those, to avoid all those. Let me give you an example, a simple example. Suppose I'm talking to my grandmother and I'm saying, let's eat, grandma, right? So let's eat, comma, grandma. But if I do it with the wrong punctuation, wrong grammar, it will become, let's eat grandma. That would be terrible, right? We do not eat grandmas. So this kind of things I'm here to correct. And as a grammarian, I will note every incorrect usage of the English language. It could be pronunciation, it could be grammar, it could be anything else. But I will also highlight all the best use and excellent use of phrases, quotes, or even words from your vocabulary. And as a grammarian, I would like to introduce the word of the day. And the word of the day is, it is quite related to today's theme. Okay, so today's theme is humor, which we are going to learn in the masterclass. See this picture. I want you to see this picture carefully. This is a laughing child, which presents to us the actual meaning of ROFL, ruffle, rolling on the floor laughing. Okay, so I want you to imagine all those moments where you were in the ruffle moments. And I want you to think of those moments as hilarious or amusing. Okay, these are the word of the day. These are pretty simple, hilarious or amusing. Do not use very funny. Okay, do not use full of laughter. Use hilarious, use amusing. So these are approximately the similar meaning. And I encourage all of you to use these in your sentences. But this is not it. We have one more thing. We have the phrase of the day, which we introduce every week. The phrase of the day is, can someone guess? I'll show you a picture. Can someone guess? Anybody? Anybody can unmute yourself? Okay. So the phrase of the day is frog in one's throat. Frog in the throat, simply meaning. This phrase can be used in three ways. Suppose you have a cough problem and you're not able to speak. That means I have a cough problem. It's like a frog in my throat. Okay. Second, you're so nervous that you can't even speak. Again, frog in the throat. Third is if you find frogs delicious, then I hope that is not the case. But again, I encourage all of you to use frog in the throat in your sentences. I don't know how you will do it, but I encourage all of you. That is your problem. Back to you, presiding officer.
okay, seems like he is facing network issues, so she is unable to join currently. And yeah, I'm good. Thank God, I'm good. Yes. So thank you so much, Saugat, for sharing about grammarian role. And let me invite now Gopal for sharing about timer role. Gopal.
So I am timer today, and I will alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific time remaining. For prepared speeches, it's 5 minutes for green card, 6 for yellow, and 7 minutes for red. And that is all.
Thank you, Gopal. Today, this speech is icebreaker. So time will be 4, 5, 6. You will show
4, 5, 6. Okay.
Red, yellow at 5 and red at 6.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Gopal. So let's begin the prepared speech segment. We have one speaker today, and the speaker is Toastmaster Meena Karmakar. And for evaluating her speech, let me invite her evaluator, Toastmaster Chakradhar Dikshit. So Toastmaster Chakradhar Dikshit, kindly share a speech objective for Meena speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Raj. So Toastmaster Meena is going to attend her icebreaker speech, and the objective of the speech is to introduce yourself to the club and to learn the basic structure of a public speak or a public speech. So hopefully she is going to deliver a hilarious or maybe amusing speech, and hopefully there will be no throat in her there will be no frog in her throat. I'm very sorry for that. So let's hope for the best. As I have seen her speaking quite well and quite engaging speeches. So we'll be hoping for that only. And best of luck to you, Toastmaster Meena. And over to you, Toastmaster Raj.
Thank you so much, Chakradhar, for introducing her and sharing about a speech objective. So Toastmaster Meena, who is delivering, actually I can say she is re-delivering. She has delivered a speech, but she feels that she is not enough and she wishes to deliver again. But yeah, this is a lot in the Toastmaster. We can repeat a speech as many times as you wish. So she is re-delivering icebreaker speech. So Toastmaster Meena, are you ready? You may turn on your audio device once.
Yes, I'm ready.
Great. Can you kindly confirm if you can see timer screen? I will request Gopal to just flip the timer screen.
No, I'm not able to.
Great. You can see identity Meena.
I think she's on mobile, no? So both need to be spotlighted, then only they'll be.
Now,
we will a spotlight for her. Okay, so let's go ahead and Toastmaster Meena. I am positive. I am positive, Toastmaster Meena.
So can I start?
Yes, kindly go ahead.
So good evening, everyone, and welcome to all Toastmaster Club. I have thought to give one more icebreaker because there is something is missing part which I want to deliver again. So as my topic is I am positive. 2020, in the month of February, at the end of February month, I got one news from my boss that my name is not in the best facilitator list. I was just fighting with my boss why my name is not there. He don't want me to see my before mail. He wants me to know about this news. So that's why he shared before 2 days. And when the mail floats to everyone and everyone was asking me, your name is not there in the best facilitator list. Why? I was feeling so bad, so sad and depressed. Then my boss promised me that after 15, 17 days, let's see, we review your presentation again. The presentation you have given in a video mode. But the same happened again. There was no name in the list. My name was not in the list. And that news comes before lockdown, 2 days before. The second news, when I got that news second time, I was totally broken that day. I immediately rushed to my office washroom and cried for 5 minutes. Locked in a washroom, that to an office room. And cried for 5 minutes. I don't cry in front of everyone. Then when I was washing my face, after 5 minutes, I thought I need to come out from this situation. So I just trying to wash my face and just wiping out my face and standing in front of mirror and just looking the mirror and looking for me. Really, I'm not a good facilitator, I'm not a good speaker. Is it so? You want to know what I have said to me? What was the self-talk I have did that day? Come close, more close, little bit more close. It's a secret. I said myself, what is your blood group? Be positive. Then why you are feeling so negative? You have to be positive, bhai. Your blood is already be positive. Let's be positive now then. Why you're so stressed and depressed? 3 days back, you have given one statement to one of your learners. And that statement was, in every situation, we have 2 thoughts. One is darker side. Flight, take flight and run away. Second one, fight. Ray of hope. So, as a be positive person, you want to fight or flight? That day I decided I will go for fight. That ray of hope is there. And the very next day, lockdown happened. That impression was so much in my mind that I just want to learn something new in a facilitation skills or public speaking skills. I was just scrolling down my FB page and got one ad over there that is given by author Sherry sir. We will be giving 21 days public speaking course. Please come and join us. And I joined that. I started learning how to create video, how to speak in front of video. And after 21 days, I joined his paid courses. And in my paid courses, 7 days, he has listened to me and says, Meena, you are a very good speaker. Don't feel any day you cannot speak in front of camera. Don't feel any day you cannot speak in front of public. Don't feel stressed, depressed, and feel negative and find out some areas of negative. There is area of improvements only. And you have so much, you have emotions. You can share your story in a very good way. You use your all the gestures very well. You are fantastic speaker. That day, my moral got boosted. I was so much passionate after that. Mr. Sherry has given a platform to speakers who are aspiring speakers like me. He has an MS Talk, where I have participated twice and awarded for that also. And last year also my name was not in the best public facilitator list in my office. But that day I was not so depressed or sad. The reason of not selecting my facilitation skill is the best because I do my session in English and Hindi mixture because my audience is like that. But my boss wants me to speak only in English, that's for an hour. But I just don't want to give injustice to my learners. I don't want to do any injustice with my learners. So that's why I do English, and I'm so much satisfied. Sir, maybe I'm not a good facilitator, but I know I'm a good human being and speaker. And this year, believe me, my boss was sitting 1 month back and he says, Meena, I'm so happy the way you are moving in your, not only professionally, even personally, you are going very well. Name fame is something else, but you're satisfied with your speeches. You actually justifying the training sessions because of learners only. You don't think about yourself. You're thinking about the learners only. And this year I have fight it for you. So don't worry, your name in the list. The way he explained me the things and appreciated me, that boosted again me. And I started again shooting my videos on YouTube. I started creating page on FB. I started creating motivational quotes. I'm doing motivational quotes every day and sharing with the community. Getting that satisfaction from inner self is very much important. So my message is here. If you think from the positive side, every situation has two sides, negative and positive. And if you feel as a positive side, there is a ray of hope in every situation. Just you need to find out. You all can be in a positive manner, in a positivity, the way I am. That single ray of hope is required. That's it. Nothing else you require. And that single positivity ray of hope, you know where I have reached? I just want to show you 3 things which I received because I created my mind pattern from negative to positive because I am B positive. It's my blood group is B positive. How can be a negative? This is my first award, which I got on that public speaker platforms. I Inspire 2021 August. This is 18 December 21 for best content skills, got awarded by MS Chalk by author Sherry and the jury members. Not only that, my journey stops not here only. I am a co-author also in the one of the anthology I Inspire, where my story is there. And when I saw my story, and you know, my zeal for my family, because I am what I am because of my family only. I'm standing in front of you because of my family only. The day my photo was printed on this book, I thought I got everything. And I need move, I will move ahead in this author journey even. I started doing this. I gifted this book to my boss. This is not the end. In February, one of my daughter got married, and on her reception, when I've shared my feelings, holding my mic in front of everyone, the audience who was sitting there, this is, I think she is a professional speaker. That venuewala reached to my daughter's father-in-law and says ki, that mother of that bride is a famous speaker kya? Because she the way she speaks, it was tremendous. One of the best moment of my life till now. So the magic of positivity. So that's my request to all. Every time or anytime, whenever you stuck in any situation or any problem, being sad, you want to cry, you want to be stressed, but be stressed, be sad, cry for some time. Later on, find out what is the ray of hope which can change the situation and you can move ahead. Thank you so much. I am positive. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Meena. And I will request Lucky to take it from there.
Thank you, Raj. Wonderful, wonderful, Meena. We all are positive now. The positivity that you have filled in all of us, it's wonderful. It was awesome. And you are a professional speaker, let me tell you. The way you connected with all of us, I really felt inspired.
Thank you so much.
Great. So now moving forward to the next part of the session. For this, I would like to call upon.
Lucky.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. As on the request of our guest speaker, we will have table topic segment after her segment. So we will have guest speaker masterclass first. Kindly take a moment to give feedback to speaker Meena. Yes, Lucky.
Yes. So are you sharing the link?
It is in chat box.
Okay. So please take a moment to share your feedback to Ms. Meena, Toastmaster Meena.
Okay, since host is facing technical issues very frequently, so we apologize for that, and we will have the master class. But for this master class, who is C? Let's have a small videos about our master class speaker, and I will request Toastmaster Saugat to play the video. Toastmaster Saugat.
Is my screen visible?
Great. So with huge round of virtual applause, let's welcome Professor Dr. O.C. Mohan Das for a dash of humor. A dash of humor, Professor Dr. O.C. Mohan Das.
Thank you, Raj. As you can see, I've stopped dying and I've started to live. So I believe that at some point, this session is all about humor. And I don't want all you married men looking at me so seriously. I understand that you're married, but still you can afford to smile, show your teeth, and let's all just enjoy ourselves when we do some good learning as well. So in the morning, I just said to an audience that I'm not crazy. I've just been in a bad mood for the last 40 years. So, you know, everyone just started laughing. It was a very serious gathering. And I just heard the speaker before, and she said she was, you know, the positive blood group. Let me tell you, I'm AB negative, and you will not find anybody more positive than I am. So at the end of the day, some of us are die-hard incorrigible. Some of us are die-hard funny. And whatever the situation, even death is funny to me being a doctor. And I'm so sorry that at some points I tell my friends that if you don't come to my funeral, I'm going to ask my friends to take my phone and text all of you that I'm coming back to meet all of you very soon. So I guess like at some point, humor should be very original. It should be very situational, and it should be very contextual. So as I keep giving you examples, it's a very easier way for me to actually share things. I do not subject people to death by PowerPoint. So there is no PowerPoint. But if you really want a PowerPoint or a PDF, you can ask me for it. All of you are very esteemed people, but I wish you'd switch on your cameras. And it's nice to see people, and I hate speaking to black screens with just a name typed out on it. To those of you who switched on your cameras, I'm so grateful. To those of you who haven't, I just hope that sense prevails and you switch it on in the course of time. I'm somebody who's a very straight and a sharp shooter. Some of you may not like me, and I'm not here to be loved. I believe that at some point, those of you who have standards will like me. Those of you who don't will have to raise it. So it's very simple that I have confidence in what I'm doing. People pay me to make them laugh. I do a lot of stand-up acts. I actually just help a lot of people feel better. I am a neuropsychology researcher. A lot of people, they feel really nice after talking to me. Some small children, because by specialization, I'm a pediatrician. So small children say I'm not feeling well, so that they can just come and meet me and just laugh with me. Believe me, laughter is the best medicine. And as a doctor, I can tell you this. It's much better than all the medicines put together. And if you can laugh for just 5 minutes without any reason, and you know, we have become so conjuiced today that we even laugh like, like that. And I think it doesn't make any sense. You need to laugh like a rakshas. You need to like, you need to throw your head back, open your mouth, relax your jaw muscles. And that's when actually you feel the relaxation that is supposed to come out of laughter. Humor, ladies and gentlemen, has to be lacing your speech. It has to be infused into your speaking. It cannot be imposed. A lot of us put force-fit humor. I've heard speeches of many Toastmasters and otherwise where WhatsApp humor is just pushed into the speech. One joke after the other. And finally, you feel like telling the speaker, either you die or I'm going to die. Because they're not funny anymore. Because you've been seeing it circulating on WhatsApp University. So I'm just going to give you 6 or 8 tips. If you can remember all 8, I'm really happy. But if you can remember even 6 of it, just what can you do to make your speech a little more humorous? What can you do to make your speaking a little more humorous? And this can be on personal conversations. It can be in professional conversations. If you switch on your cameras, it's much better, because can you imagine a speaker that goes to sleep? I think it's going to be terrible for you guys. So in order to prevent that, I think you should be kind enough to just switch on your cameras. I'm sure you're not wearing your pants, but so what? I'm also not wearing them. So please don't expect to stand up. There are no exercises. You can just switch on your cameras because nobody is judging each other. Please don't judge me. You don't know me at all. After a 3-year conversation the other day, somebody called me Sushi, and my name is Ushi. So that's all is the human attention span. No one is actually listening. Everyone is just looking like this. Some of you are blank. And it means anybody, any human being has an attention span which is very, very limited. What is the first way of making yourself, your speaking and your speech more humorous? 1, the literal meaning. Speak the literal meaning. How's that? I was always an outstanding student. I asked too many questions. They kicked me out of my classroom. And thereby, throughout my career of medicine, I was an outstanding student, which means I'm talking literal. And the meaning of the sentence is literal. For example, if there's a very tall person, you can say, I was one of those who everyone looked up to. And it means literal. Because I'm very tall, it just means that everyone had to look up to me. And that's one way of bringing in humor, by being very literal. And that's the simplest way of bringing in humor. The next one, everyone loves jokes about others. Nobody loves jokes about themselves. A good humorist will always have self-deprecating humor. My hairline is in recession. My stomach is in inflation. And currently I feel great depression. So if you just mean that if you make fun of yourself, a lot of people don't mind it, they actually enjoy it. Suppose somebody's got very less hair on his head. He can always say, earlier I had lots of hair to wash and less face. Today I have more face and very less hair to wash. Everyone will enjoy it. Why? Because they're just making fun of themselves. Please don't call me fat. Call me a nutritional overachiever. And that is being funny. There's a big difference between being too funny and being humorous. Humorous is actually just a little bit here, just a little bit there, not joke after joke after joke, not like no storyline, no opening body conclusion, no structure, just joke, 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 totally unrelated. And at the end, we end up laughing at the speaker. So the first technique, ladies and gentlemen, is literal meaning. The second technique is self-deprecating humor. Make fun of yourself in whatever way you can. I look like Salman Khan when he's aged 75 years old. So you can give a pause there. When you say, I look like Salman Khan, people are like, hey, which angle? And then you say, when he's 75 years old. So you can give a pause, you can give a break, continue with the sentence. The next and the most important tool for great humor, which is used by speakers, by good speakers all across the world, is called exaggeration. Now, exaggeration is a wonderful tool and you can use it. For example, now Chennai looks like Venice once it rains. If you say Chennai looks like Venice once it rains, we can imagine Venice, the boats and the water and everything else, and people start imagining it. So it induces a sense of lightness. Humor always induces a sense of lightness. And that's why people say the only commodity that does not get worn out with use is humor. The other commodity is knowledge, but we're talking about humor now. Next one. I got a new credit card for my wife. She spent so much on the first day that now she's in the MasterCard Hall of Fame. So if you look at that, there's no MasterCard Hall of Fame, but you're creating it. It's just a story. And you're exaggerating her spending like anything. Wife and husband jokes are a big hit. Behind every successful man is one woman. Behind every unsuccessful are two women. So, you can actually just keep twisting your quotes as much as you want. They say that opportunity knocks only once. If it's more than once, it's relatives. So you can always add a sentence. You can add a few words. For example, there's a man who told me the other day, Ushi ma'am, you're a very good speaker, but you're very sarcastic. He meant sarcastic. So when people make a mistake also, other people find humor in it. So intentionally, you can actually make a small mistake. What happens? A person connects to you. Humor is about engagement. It's about connection. And once you have engagement and connection, you can always convey the message. So the first, the literal meaning, second, self-deprecating, third, exaggeration. The next and very important technique which I'm going to share with you is compare and contrast. Compare and contrast. So you say that whoever I'm looking for Aishwarya Rai to get married to. Whoever I look at is 10th standard pass and looks like Aishwarya. And whoever is PhD looks like Aishwarya's mom. So, you know, the choice is very difficult over here. So if you have a very fertile imagination and you have a creative brain, then you start imagining. And it's very important for a good speaker to massage the listener's brain. Once you start massaging the listener's brain, the listener's more engrossed in listening to you. I have a friend, she's like a radio. She talks so much. She doesn't even stop for a commercial break. So people start imagining now, you're comparing her to a radio and you're contrasting because you're saying on radio, there's a commercial break. But my friend, she doesn't even stop for a commercial break. Now it's a brilliant way of breaking ice. It's a brilliant way of explaining. It's a brilliant way of comparing and contrasting. So that's another technique that I'd like to share with you. This is the one-day session for me. I'm doing it in 20 minutes for all of you guys. So just make a note of the techniques in your head, and I'm sure some of them will come to you as you're speaking. Now, I'm a master of words, I believe so. They call me a distant cousin of Dr. Shashi Tharoor, but I'm not a terrorist. I use words which are simple and which also the audience can understand. My intention is not for the audience to go back out there and carry a thesaurus, right? Now, I can say that I'm a pluviophile, and you'll wonder what that is. I just love the rains. A pluviophile is somebody who loves rains. So there are some people who force fit big words just because they want to sound like, oh, wow, you can't come to my level. Now, I don't believe in that. If I'm going to now say to all of you, wonderful Toastmasters, that I need to exercise voluntary control of bladder muscle, you won't understand. But if I say I want to make susu, all of you will understand. So it's all about using common language. It's all about using what you can connect easily with, something you won't forget and something you won't force fit. Now, this gentleman got hit by Coke, but nothing happened to him because Coke is a soft drink. It's a poor joke. So what? You can't quantify jokes with meaning and jokes without meaning. Anything that can make anybody laugh, even if 10% of the audience starts laughing, then definitely people are going to start laughing. Now, you can actually have rhyming words. For example, express your appreciation of your determination. So if you have expression, appreciation, determination, again, alliteration, similar sounding words, metaphors, hyperboles, anything that you want, all of these things come in very handy because you're actually fitting it into structural speaking. That's all there is to it. Storytellers, they need to know how to give in the punchline. You need to know the timing of comic. If you don't know the timing, it sounds very funny. For example, the other day when I was giving a talk, the talk was about change. I went to give a talk on change. The MC got very excited. He was introducing me in a very famous hospital in Bangalore. And then he introduced and said, Dr. Ushi ma'am has come here and she's expecting. And everyone was looking at me like this. And they were looking at me like this. And then I looked at him like that and did this. And then he said, yeah, she's expecting change. Okay, but he stopped at expecting. So when you say Dr. Ushi ma'am is expecting with gray hair, it's rather contrarian. Everyone started laughing because they were like, what is this? So you can have a small mistake which can be converted. Like I said, you can twist a quote. Like I said, opportunity knocks only once, but if it's more than once, it's relatives. Wherever there's a will, there is a relative. You expect wherever there is a will, there is a way. So the brain is already fine-tuned to a lot many things. So you need to break those fine tuning sometimes when you speak. For example, I dream of that day when chickens can cross the road without their motives being questioned. The most famous joke is, why did the chicken cross the road? So for people who are in touch with the latest humor, they'll understand that. When you say, I live to see the day when a chicken crossing the road, their motives will not be questioned. So it's all about what is the level of the audience. If the level of the audience is not really high, please don't use humor which goes above the head. Come down to something which is pretty poor jokes. Come down to something which is very, very normal and easy to understand. It's very cold in Bangalore. For once, I found a politician with both his hands in his own pockets. Anybody who knows a politician will understand, with due respects to some of them. So if you just say that I found a politician with both his hands in his own pockets, definitely people will understand what I'm implying. So that's implied humor. You can twist a quote, like I said. If one door in your house closes and the other door opens, be sure that your house is haunted. You know, generally you think of like, oh, one door closing, please don't bother, go and open the next door. You know how motivational it sounds. But it just means that if one door closes and the other door keeps opening, please be sure that your house is haunted. So, you know, you need to come out with statements like that, because only then you can infuse humor and not impose humor. Very, very important. One very, very professional way of introducing humor is called set up, pause, and punch. Set up, pause, and punch. So you got to build a storyline. For example, now I'm just saying it in one line so that you won't forget it. So if I'm going to say, take my spouse, please, it just means that I'm begging you to take my spouse. But when you say take my spouse, everyone comes forward like, what? I have my own to deal with. And then you say, please, you know, there's an element of sympathy. It's all how you say, not what you say. Even one line can be a joke. Even one word can be a joke, right? There are some people who translate from the mother tongue into English directly. And in Kannada, people always say, I did rice, I did chicken, I did vegetable. They don't say, I cooked vegetable. In America, if you say, I did somebody, it means something else. So in a software company where I went, there was an American who came and asked one of the girls, what did you do on the weekend? She said, I did chicken. So the American looked at me and said, oh, wow, you guys do a lot of things, huh? Because for him, doing meant something else. So you got to be very careful. You got to understand cultural differences. You also have to understand what context are you talking in, gender differences. Most of the jokes are bordering around men, women, marriage. So you've got to be very careful who you're cracking it with. For example, today morning, again, I said to people that I am in my middle age. And how do I know that? Because a doctor asks me to slow down more than the police. So if you look at that, you can understand what I'm trying to say very clearly. I'm in my middle age. It means that the brain and the waist exchange their sizes. The brain becomes more broad and the waist becomes narrow when you're younger. And when you become older, you know, the waist becomes broad and the brain becomes more narrow. Like I went to a software company the other day. I asked a young lady, do you drink? She said, yes. And the lady next to her said, pooh. And I'm shocked the way she abused that other young lady. So that's called judgment. A lot of audiences tend to judge very quickly. In order to avoid judgment, if people don't understand a joke, it's very important for you to explain it. Of course, it's a big mood killer, but sometimes you have to do it. I went into one of the premier institutions in India and cracked a joke the other day. And there was a student from this management school. He looked at me and said, what is the meaning of this joke, madam? So in today's world, we look for meaning in jokes. And after I explained for 15 minutes that it's a great joke, it didn't hurt any gender, it was published in the Journal of Humor, he looked at me very straight-faced and said, very funny joke, LOL. And that is the zamana in which we live. People don't smile anymore. They don't laugh. All of us look constipated. And you know, when you sit like this and you make a face like this, the only thing you can develop after 10 years is piles. It's a very dangerous ailment. And actually the number one reason for piles is a poker face, where you don't laugh enough and you sit on your bum too much. So my request to all of you is to remember what I just shared, the literal meaning, self-deprecating humor, try and exaggerate if you can, compare and contrast, try and use a couple of words so that you can have wordplay. Very important, twist your quotes if you can. The next and the very important professional technique is called a setup, a pause, and then a punch. So if you really want to use that, it's a setup, it's a pause, and a punch. Now, there's something called obvious statements. It's pretty cheap humor, but obvious statements. When I say obvious statements, it's like, I went to the supermarket and it was written on the door, open the door before entering. It's understood, right? But it's written on the supermarket. So some people find it funny because then they start imagining, oh my God, how is it written? You know, how is it written? If you say things like people who think they know everything are a big annoyance to people who actually do. So if you say people who think they know everything are a big annoyance to people who do. So, you know, that's again subtle humor. And subtlety will take some time for people to understand. So the time is a constraint. You need to understand, am I using good words, good context, good meaning? Am I conveying it well? So if you're using a sentence like, my boss said, please have a good day, so I went home. That's understood. I mean, if your boss says, have a good day, I mean, you went home. So logically, if you can connect the two, it means like you can laugh at both of them. And then there's meaning in it as well. There's a very, very profound meaning in that as well. Now, if for those of you who believe that finding God is difficult, try finding a slot on Coven app. So, you know, all of us have gone through that. So we relate, relatability. The audience has to relate in some manner to the joke. Somebody who doesn't like cricket, explain cricket as 11 fools playing and 11,000 watching. So it just means that, you know, people come out with statements. It may be nice, it may not be. The technique is completely left to you, but the rule of 3, that's again there. If you start using like judges who are consistently senior, consistently punctual, consistently critical, have come in to consistently choose a winner who doesn't deserve to win. So, you know, when you choose consistently, you're actually building up. So it's called using the power of 3. Anything which you use in 3 and 3, 6, 9 is appealing to the brain. And that's why good speakers will always repeat things twice, no thrice. It's always an odd number. And scientifically, there's research proving a lot of things like this. So in the interest of time, I'm dot on. I believe that I've shared why humor, because it lubricates your speaking. It gives you good flow. It gives you great fluency. It breaks the ice and connects you to your audience. It helps you to convey messages. It's boring. Use it like rocket fuel so that your content is delivered quickly to the listener. The choice of how you do it and which technique you're comfortable with, please use 1 or 2 techniques, not more than that. So whatever you're comfortable with, you should just think about all what I just mentioned to compare and contrast, to self-deprecate, set up, pause, and punch the statements. If you have questions, I know my stuff pretty good. So, you know, what happens is I just give you all what is. I've been a professor for the last 40 years, and all my students know till today, 40 years later, they have not forgotten what I taught them. Even if they don't want to, they still remember it. And that's why they say that whenever you used to go past us, we used to get susu, but we knew you had our back. So I'm very tough as a teacher because good things are not made in a day. A caterpillar is not born in a day. I'm a master of 1 kick practiced 50,000 times, not 50,000 kicks practiced once. In today's world, everything is superficial. Everything is available on Google University. For all those who cannot find answers on Google University, start meditating. It's a fabulous way of doing things. Like I said, the only commodity that does not deteriorate with time is humor. So I believe that all of you must start using it. All of you must start practicing it fearlessly. Don't worry if you fall flat on your face. Like I said, you can be sarcastic, no problem. If somebody comes up to you and says something else, no problem. So if you go to Gujarat and someone says, give me your pain. When I was in Gujarat airport, somebody told me, give me your pain. And I was like, wow, what a considerate state. They're asking me for my pain. I said, I don't have any pain. He said, can you give me your pain? He meant pen. So sometimes people say things in other meanings. For example, a colleague of mine and myself, we went to, I think, Baroda to speak. And we were supposed to speak in a small hall and a big hall. But in Gujarat, they call it a small hole and a big hole. And so when we went there, they introduced my colleague as a very important doctor from Bangalore. He's not important, he's important. But they introduced him as important. And then they told him, here comes the important doctor, but sorry, doctor, there are some change of plans. You cannot speak in the small hole. You'll have to speak in the big hole. So he was telling me that's insult and injury. So you understand what I'm trying to say? So they didn't mean it. They were blissfully ignorant, but we found humor in it. So as listeners, we just had a good laugh, enjoyed ourselves, and never took any offense. So it's important that you enjoy what you're speaking. It's also very important that you connect. It's also very important to look for certain signs and symbols when people make faces and tell you oh and who. Don't get affected by it. It has to be you come in there with purpose. Just ensure the purpose is over. And like I said, please always infuse. Don't make it too humorous. Today, I'm trying to give you as many tips as I can. So I'm just including as much as I can. But please remember, after 6 hours, you will not remember what I said and you will not remember my name even. I appreciate all of you joining me on Instagram. My name is Dr. USHY Mohan Das. USHY. I'm not shy, but yeah, that's the best way to remember it. USHY Mohan Das. Raj, my heartfelt gratitude to you. I don't know how you found me, but thank you so much for having found me. I love making friends. I love human beings. And I believe that's the only reason that I'm here. You can find me on google.com on every channel except Pornhub. I'm not there yet. So you can just, type in USHY Mohan Das. I'll share my email ID on the chat box. I'd love few words of appreciation. I don't want feedback. I want few words of appreciation. Because appreciation is that fire which sets your soul on the highest level of energy. So it's called gratitude. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night and look forward to seeing all of you again and again and again. Any questions for me?
Thank you so much, USHY ma'am, for such beautiful moment to have so many techniques to put humor in our content, in our speech, and in our general conversation. Thank you so much. Yeah, anyone have any questions? Yeah, kindly, you can go ahead. We can take a few questions.
So, USHY ma'am, first of all, thank you very much for telling us 8 ways of how you can share your message humorously or in an amusing way. That's a great, lesson. I'll definitely want to use it. But one question. This is maybe pandemic time and you may be handling a lot of online audience. So how you handle, like you have started quite well. Then also you got only maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people on screen. When we have 100 audience, how to make them to start their cameras? By using humor as a medium.
Well, you can say, why are you all looking at me like I'm in a Korean movie without subtitles?
Okay.
So they want to show you that you're wrong. The audience loves to show you you're wrong. The audience loves to point a finger at you. The audience mostly would love to say that I know more than you. And the audience 90% of the time psychologically is like, what's so great about this person? So you always have one finger on your chin. So all you can do is up to 10 times you can go maximum in a request. After that, you just let it go. For example, now you all are quite a few of you who I can see. So all those of you who love me, can you please raise your thumbs? Those of you who love me, can you raise your thumbs? Yeah. So those of you who didn't raise your thumb, please raise your standards. You understand what I'm saying? It's a risk you can take. And you can use it. It's Shah Rukh Khan's line. So you can use it. It's not mine. And it works wonders. So you don't have to force people. If they don't like it and they don't feel comfortable, you cannot force anybody to do it. You can tell them. And if they listen to you out of courtesy, it never shows what you need to extend to the speaker. And you must remember that the speaker will always give back what they get. So in some sessions which are really good, it's because the interactions are superb. People are nodding their head, you're just doing that, you're like giving heart. Thank God only heart is there, all organs they are showing me, on the screen. It's brilliant. So, then you also feel motivated, you also feel on fire, you also feel like there's charge. When there's a racehorse and you open the gate, right, the racehorse won't run. You have to take the spur with your foot and you got to poke it. Only when you poke it, it starts running. So there needs to be a stimulus. You need to keep creating that stimulus so that people will slowly, one by one, like smoking rats, right? So when you put smoke into the rat's home, not important, camera or not camera. Agar camera hai to theek hai, agar so gaye tab bhi theek hai. Who's the loser? They are the losers. It's very simple. What I'm speaking is not from any books. It's from true real life experience. I'm a professional paid for speaker. So that's why they call me a cerebral item girl. I'm a Sunny Leone of a different kind. So I use this area to attract people. And I believe that everyone's capable of the same because we have 1200 grams. So you must speak in such a manner that automatically camera khul ke, they start, pumping money for you. So, I mean, that is good speaking, right? Original, authentic, and they sense integrity. That's all there is.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, we can take one question as time.
And you can write to me. I've given you my email ID. If there's anything I can help you, please just feel free to reach me. I'll be happy.
Yeah, can I
share your appreciation on the Mentimeter link which I have just shared in the chat box? Can you use that? Yeah, anyone can go.
Hi, Ushi ma'am.
Hi.
I have one question. For example, someone is starting public speaking. If he is giving informational speech or telling some personal story, when he or she is delivering that speech, that speaker is not expecting any reaction from the audience. But whenever he is trying first time comic punches or something like that, and if that audience is not smiling back at your jokes, to deal with that, that would come with practice, or there is some mindset we need to develop, like how to overcome that. Because I have tried delivering humorous speeches, but I felt that audience didn't laugh that much, which I was expecting.
Yeah, there's one
level.
tip for you.
Yeah.
There's one tip for you, young man. Whenever you're using the word but, it depresses the audience by 10 volts. The word but, the word but is a depressing word and nobody should use it as a speaker. For example, if I'm going to tell you you're looking good, but I wish that was a blue color. Everything you say before the but gets negated. So I want you to remember certain words are triggers for the audience to disconnect. Second, if your humor doesn't work, it's okay, try again. Third, you please practice what we call the ha-ha breathing. If you practice the ha-ha breathing before you speak, you will never be nervous. How do you do that? Very simple. Ha. All right, say ha with your mouth and loudly and forcefully. 6 cycles. First cycle, keep your hand around your throat and just do ha, ha. And 6 without the hand on the throat. Your entire system over here will be decongested. And you will not care whether the audience is looking or they are clapping or they are not, or the evaluator comes and tells you ki bahut kharab hua. It's okay. And many people will come and give you like, I would have done like this, I would have done like that. Beautiful speech. Sandwich technique. Iska ye thodi matlab hai ki sandwich leke muh pe pheko. You got to be very careful when you're giving people some kind of suggestion. And if a person doesn't want to take the suggestion, it's up to the person. So don't be disheartened. You're not here to impress, you're here only to express. So if you're here to impress, the audience reaction needs to bother you. But if you're here to express, don't worry, it'll be delayed, but you would have won a couple of people in the audience.
Thank you.
That's all there is. Anything else, please write to Ushi. Otherwise, I pass it back to Raj. You can continue with the rest of the meeting. Very nice meeting all of you. Thank you very much. I look forward to interacting with all of you again and again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ushi ma'am. And I will request Lucky and Saugat to have question to write to her, and she will definitely respond to your questions. And meanwhile, you can post your appreciations on the Mentimeter link, which is in the chat box. Thank you so much for this great, lovely session, Ushi ma'am. Thank you so much. Saugat, is the certificate ready for her so that we can share? Yeah. So thank you so much, Ushi ma'am, for your great, valuable time and valuable moment for every one of us to our club. This is a small token of appreciation on behalf of club and club president. Thank you so much for your great and gracious moment and gracious presence with Chalk and Duster Toastmasters.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Ushi ma'am. Thank you. So as we are little short, but we still have enough time and we can conduct short table topics before concluding. Okay. So I am table topic master. Probably I am taking multiple roles today, but I love this to play all roles in a meeting. I have done many times. No worries. So timer, so Gopal would be displaying 1 minute green, 1.5 minute yellow, 2 minute red for table topic. Understood? Great. So who would like to be the very first speaker as table topic? Yes.
Hi, Raj.
Yes. Hi, Kumar. Great. Love to see you. And are you ready to take the topic?
Yeah.
Great. Give me a moment to just look on my topic list, which I had prepared today. And yeah, just a moment. Meanwhile, you can see timer screen.
No, I could not see.
Okay, I will request Gopal to just flip the screen for him.
Yeah, I can see now.
Yeah, we can have 5 minutes, so we can take at least 3 attempts. So yes, Toastmaster Gopal, your topic is, sorry, not Gopal, sorry, Toastmaster, I forgot the name, Kumar. Yes, Toastmaster Kumar. Every moment matters. Every moment matters. Toastmaster Kumar. Am I disconnected?
Can anyone hear Raj?
We'll wait for a few seconds.
Sorry,
You're back, Raj. Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Okay. Sorry, network issue happened. So, Kumar, your topic is every moment matters. Every moment matters. Toastmaster Kumar.
Okay, give me a few seconds to collect my thoughts. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends. Every moment matters. I got reminded of my birthday. My wife really gets excited on my birthday a lot. And I always tell her, why do you get so excited? It is just a day. I don't believe in days. Birthdays, Valentine's days, marriage anniversary, they all are just days in the calendar. And it's every day, every moment which matters. Because life is so fragile. As in COVID times, we have seen that how life can turn around in just a second. A lot of us have like seen our friends or any relative losing their life, and we are always hoping to live in the future, that we would be happy on one particular day. All of us have achieved one thing which we were desperate of, that if we would achieve this thing, we would be happy ever after. But that moment never ever comes. So being happy in the moment, enjoying the present moment is what is the key to living a satisfying and happy life. And that is why I believe every moment matters. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you so much, Kumar, for this beautiful attempt of this topic. Thank you. Who would like to be next one? Be quick. We have less time. So we can I pick Pithambaran or Lucky or anyone? Yeah. Yeah, Lucky, yes. Good to see Lucky as table topic speaker for today. And Toastmaster Lucky, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Toastmaster Lucky, your topic is my life is my message. My life is my message. Toastmaster Lucky.
Thank you. I think every one of us have certain message of our life's experiences. For me, it has been like I was not at all, a confident speaker, or in fact, I was very quiet girl. And I would like to tell you that when I started off with my own work, with my journey of entrepreneurship, I started off without any plans, without any proper thinking, without any goals. So there are various things that I can share with you which have passed through. I am into procrastination. I tend to delay things a lot, and I'm someone who doesn't have big plans, proper plans, complete proper thinking. But still, I am putting one feet forward every day, or to almost every moment. I'm trying to move forward. Even if I get failures, I come out of that and I try to move forward. So I fail forward. I try to always fail forward. I do get depressed. Do get, moments of self-doubt and all, but still I recollect myself and I move forward. And that is what I want to share with world. And that is my life and my story, which I would like to share. Thank you.
Yes, very meaningful attempt. Very nice, Lucky. Thank you so much. We will take final topic, and who would like to be? Yeah, come on. Pithambaran or anyone? Okay, yeah, Pithambaran, yes. Okay, great. So Pithambaran, your topic is?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. Toastmaster Pithambaran, your topic is life is better. Life is better when you are laughing. Life is better when you are laughing. Toastmaster Pithambaran.
My dear Toastmasters, life is better when you are single. Life is better when you are single and laughing. Life is better when you grow older and still you can laugh, because at that time you are laughing at your missed opportunities. You are laughing at your wrong decisions. You are laughing at your own failures. That way, when we start laughing, that is the time we realize that how foolish we were, or how procrastinative we were, how hilarious we were when things need to be done at the right time and we were not able to do that. Honestly, laughing is the best medicine, or laughter is the best medicine, as Dr. Rishi was saying to all of us. But how to put it is the question. So if you don't find the right way to put your laughter to others, laugh at yourself, so that you will get the sense of satisfaction that, yes, even if I'm not able to make others laugh by my words because of my foolishness, I can make them laugh. So laugh at yourself, and that will take your life forward. Thank you. Back to you, topic master.
Thank you so much, Pithambaran, and thank you so much all three speakers, Kumar, Lucky, and Pithambaran, for attempting and participating in table topic segment. We conclude table topic segment now, and we will have, what we will have. I'm going to share voting link in the chat box. Meanwhile, let me invite Toastmaster Chakradhar Dikshit, who would be doing evaluation of prepared speeches given by Toastmaster Meena. Time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. Gopal can note 2 minute green, 2.5 yellow, 3 minute red for Chakradhar Dikshit. Over to you, Chakradhar.
Hope I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Thank you very much. So thank you, Toastmaster Meena, first of all, for making us all be positive or making us positive. It was a great speech, I should say, and the way you have delivered it and the way you have narrated your story, we actually resonates with the whole story, or we can connect with the whole story. And I can find in some situation where your efforts are not been recognized, you always feel like that. You may feel depressed, or you may feel that I'm not good enough, or what should I do so that I can be in top 3 or maybe top 2 or maybe top or the winner of any recognition. So that was the great way of telling it. But the way you have narrated the further story, that how you have actually gathered yourself, and then how you have started taking different courses, or how you have actually what should say that how you win those small moments so that you can reach to the top and become the top speaker, or maybe how people have started recognizing your efforts once you have started putting it in maybe at small platforms and then making it bigger. So it was a great motivating speech, and hope everybody will find some or other inspiration from your speech. But to tell you about some of the feedbacks which I have found, that if you wouldn't have used that in your speech, it would have been little bit better. And that was use of Hindi words lot of time, like you were using ki, like you were using na, like you were using bhai. Though maybe in some situation it can be used, but then I think on Toastmaster platform you should avoid it. And if you can do that, definitely your speech will become more better, more connecting, and people can actually take, or you will be seeing a different Meena will be seeing less of those words. If I have to tell you one more thing, that is your story was quite means one can connect or one can resonate with those story, but then today there were a lot of pauses which I have not seen in your earlier speeches. You are putting a lot of pauses there. If you can avoid those pauses also, or you can reduce it, or you can punch it more, like after those pauses, if the punch also comes in a better manner, people can connect with it. So these two feedbacks which I want to share with you. Other thing, I always love your speech, and I always find this inspiration from you. And basically, the way you tell your story, I love to use the means the flow of that speech, how you actually connect dots in my speeches also. So thank you for that speech, and over to you, Toastmaster of the day or MSc.
Thank you so much, Chakradhar, for doing the evaluation so beautifully for Veena's speech. Definitely, she will work on those feedbacks. Definitely. Thank you. Now, let me invite Toastmaster Gopal to share timer report for everyone. Toastmaster Gopal, over to you.
Yeah. Today, Meena ji took 11 minutes and 20 seconds for her icebreaker speech, and Dr. Ushi Mohandas took 27 minutes, 30 seconds. Table topic done by Kumar, he took 1 minute, 17 seconds. Lucky 1 minute, 49 seconds. Pidambaram 1 minute, 39 seconds. And evaluator Chakradhar, he took 3 minutes, 20 seconds.
Thank you so much, Gopal, for sharing the timer report for everyone who spoke. So, yes, everyone can note it down how much time they took for their speeches, except Meena, all were within time limit. So Meena can work on to take care of timing while speaking also. Thank you. Meanwhile, I have shared a voting link to vote for best prepared speaker and vote for best table topic speaker. Kindly vote. And meanwhile, let me invite Grammarian Saugat for grammarian report to have crisp grammarian report. Saugat.
All right, as advertised, it will be crisp. And this time I'm going to call names because, just giving some information might not help all of us. So bear with me and don't kill me. First of all, with the good news. Toastmaster Chakradhar and Toastmaster Pithambaram, thank you for using the word of the day, phrase of the day. It encourages us and it keeps us here, keeps the boards here. At least I will never forget it. And then I loved Meena ji's great analogy about fight and flight. That was awesome, Toastmaster Meena. Now coming to the bad news, I won't say bad, but can be improved. Okay? Toastmaster Imran, this is for you. I'm going turn by turn. You used some words with an accent, okay, which is okay. But to a foreign ear, it might sound something else. Like you use the word turn, or you use the word anything with you, okay? You call it as tan. So that does not give the exact idea of which word you're speaking. So take care of the sound, like sound of use. Toastmaster Raj, you can work on the buzz sounds like Z, okay? Z and the difference between J and Z, okay? You can take care of that. Like if I call you Raz Bharat, that would be bad, right? Toastmaster Meena, of course, as Toastmaster Chakradhar said already, that you need to avoid some English words. Like instead of doing K, you use that. The exact word is that, okay? That he said something instead of K said something. And work on a little bit, work on the tenses, the word tenses, okay? Like somewhere you use the word came where it should have been come, something like that, okay? Kumar Juneja, you were flawless in your table topic. Only one word which I found that could have been spoken better is the word calendar, okay? You said calendar, and that might not be a perfect word for a foreign ear. Again, we can understand that, but here we have other people from other countries as well. And Toastmaster Chakradhar, try not to convert direct Hindi to English, okay? You get the point. So I do not want to be disrespectful to anyone, but this is for everyone's improvement only. And I wish you all the best for the next meeting so that you can find nitpick me, okay? If you are the grammarian. Thank you, Toastmaster Raj.
Thank you so much, Saugat, for sharing your report in a detailed manner for everyone. Thank you so much. So with this, we have now we have come to almost closing time of the meeting, and I have the result for best table topic speaker, and it goes to Toastmaster Kumar, who was the very first table topic speaker. Congratulations, Kumar. But I think he's not in the meeting room. If I can get contact of him, I will definitely share a certificate with him. And so with this, we have come to the almost final moment of this meeting, and we conclude today's meeting. So thank you so much everyone for joining. We will have next week again the meeting, where we will have a master class. We will have prepared speeches. If possible, we will have table topics too. Please participate. Please work on your preparation. Participate, join meeting early so that you can check audio, video, and be comfortable during the meeting. I know there were some little technical glitches a lot today for all the hosts, you can say, who were having the meeting organizer. So with this, kindly take care. Thank you so much, everyone. We conclude today's meeting. Thank you. And let me stop recording.